Don't you know you radiate like the sun? We can feel your fire, fire. Don't you know you radiate like the sun? The heat will take us higher, higher. Don't you know you radiate like the sun? We can feel your fire, fire. Don't you know you radiate like the sun? The heat will take us higher, higher. You radiate. Oh, 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 oh. You radiate. Oh, 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 oh. You radiate. The heat will take us
Good morning, Birmingham. Today is Tuesday, November 22nd. The time is 9:33 a.m. I call to order the meeting of the regular meeting of the Birmingham City Council. We'll have our invocation led this morning by Mr. Losey Brown of the District 7 office, and Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilor Pro Tem Crystal Smitherman. If you're able and willing, please stand and join us.
If all hearts and minds are clear, let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come this morning as humble as we know how, thanking you for another day's journey. We pray for the deliberation of our city government, our city council to execute in favor of the masses, for the need is great. It is the season of giving, and we thank you for those that have and those that are fortunate, unfortunate. Let us all look after one another. Thank you, Father. We ask you to bless those with Thanksgiving travel to and from. May us all be safe. May we all be safe. We ask that you lead us and guide us, for you are the gift giver of all. For you gave us your only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, so that we may have the right to the tree of life. Thank you, and we shall be reminded to give you all the glory. In the mighty, majestic name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Brown. At this time, good morning, Madam Clerk, if you'll call the roll.
Good morning. Councilmember Abbott. Councilmember Clark. Present. Councilmember Moore.
As he comes in from the hall.
Councilmember O'Quinn.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councilmember Tate. Good morning. Councilmember Williams. Councilmember Woods. Council President Pro Tem Smitherman.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Council President Alexander.
Yes. Good morning. Present. Thank you very much. At this time, Council, the minutes are not ready from the meetings of June 21st, 2022 through November 15th, 2022. At this time, we have communications from the Mayor. Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, Madam President. Good morning to the Council. Good morning to the public. Madam President, my notes will be very brief this morning. One is shout out to Ramsey Rams, who are still in the playoffs. I want to send out a big congratulations to the Rams, who are advancing to the 5A semifinals in the Alabama High School Athletic Association playoffs. The game will be this Friday. They'll be playing Pleasant Grove. Yeah, Pleasant Grove, I said it. They'll be playing at Legion Field at 7 p.m. So I hope everyone can come out and support our Ramsey Rams this Friday night at 7 p.m. at Legion Field. Madam President and Council, just a note, public notice as well, but mainly to you, the reappointment of a housing authority board member, and that is Abra Barnes to the Housing Authority District. Her term will be ending August 16, 2027. Another note, as we continue to share with the public the update on the uniform garbage trash carts. The uniform carts, the first batch that is of 20,000, have now been completely delivered for phase 1. If you have not received your garbage cart, it's simply because you're just not in this phase. You'll be in the next phase. So a lot more, a minimum of 80,000 more to come. But if you have received the garbage cart, you will receive a letter from the Department of Public Works this week telling you the day your garbage pickup will be starting next week. So for those who have received it, you will have an adjustment in your pickup schedule. The new schedule for households with the new garbage carts, again, will start next week. And please watch for the letter and remember to text BHAM Ready to 888-777. Again, please text BHAM Ready to 888-777 for updates about garbage pickup and other important city announcements. Two last notes, Madam President and Council. Reminder, city offices will be closed this Thursday for Thanksgiving, as well as Friday, and this will include garbage and bulk trash and brush pickup. There will be no garbage, no bulk trash or brush pickup this Thursday or Friday. And last note, the holiday block party in partnership with the Mayor's Office and Birmingham City Council that I hope you all are excited about as much as I am. But we want to invite everyone, that's the entire city, to join us, as well as Park and Rec and Coca-Cola United for the city's holiday tree lighting block party on Sunday, this Sunday, November 27th, in front of City Hall on Short 20th Street. There will be vendors, food trucks, live music, and of course, the most important, lighting of the Christmas tree. The tree lighting event will be from 4 to 8, and if you didn't know, this event is free. Madam President and Council, that concludes the Mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We appreciate those announcements. I do know we get a lot of questions from residents concerning when do they start using the new garbage cans. So I appreciate you. We did receive the cards in the mail, and so we're waiting on the letter and when we get started. So as soon as those come out, we'll be ready. Thank you very much. Any comments or questions? Ms. Abbott, you got to look like something.
Yes, I wanted to ask Mr. Mayor if it would be possible for us to put some kind of information on our website that tells when the next phases of these garbage cans will come out and sort of what areas of town they'll be in. People are very anticipatory and they want to know, when's my turn?
Yes, ma'am. I think the next phase will be in the first quarter of the year, so no one will be receiving anything in December. That second phase will include all sides of town, so north, south, east, and west. But I can't tell you which route, and I'm unable to tell you which neighborhood. And so in this first batch of 20,000, each quadrant of town got 5,000 apiece. It will be the same way, if I'm correct, Mr. Mitchell, in the second phase as well. And so each phase will include each portion of town. So District 3 will be touched in each phase. I just can't tell you which of your neighborhoods or which route that touches each of your neighborhoods will be touched.
Okay, so...
And yes, to your first part, we will put something up on the website.
When will we know, like in the next phase, when will we know which routes are going to be selected?
I'm hoping in the beginning of the year. Afraid to give you a date because I don't have one today, but I'm hoping in the beginning of the new year there'll be a closer in proximity in time to tell you. They'll be dropping this month within the first quarter on such and such date these routes. By the way, these routes touch these neighborhoods.
Yeah, because some people are very excited over these new garbage cans.
I think, as I understand it, everybody's excited. I think Madam President is still excited.
It's very.
Does yours pull you down the hill?
No, I'm not going to opt in. I swear I'm going to push that thing out myself.
You please use your wheels.
It's good exercise.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, councilors, we will have consideration of the consent agenda. Are there any items you wish to have removed or added?
Excuse me, let me I'll call them out first.
Okay, thank you.
All right, the consent agenda begins on page 2 with item number 2. Then we go over to page 6, items 3 and 4. Page 7, items 5, 6, 7, and 8. On page 8, items 9 and 11. Item number 10 was requested to be removed during pre-council. On page 9, items 12 and 13. On page 10, items 14, 15, 16, 17. On item 14, please note that this item was also recommended by the Transportation Committee. On page 11, items 18, 19, 20, and 21. On page 12, items 22, 23, and 24. On page 13, items 25, 26, 27, and 28. Page 14, items 29, 30, 31, 32, and that completes the consent agenda.
All right, thank you. We did note that item 10, there was a request to have it removed from the consent agenda. Any other items, councilors? Councilor Clark?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to remove item 4 from the consent agenda.
Okay, that's item 4 on page 6, requested to be removed from consent. Any other items? Councilor Moore?
Yes, I'd like item 3 and item 12, and that is all.
Okay, we have item 3 on page 6. It's been requested to be removed from consent, and item 12 on page 9. There's a request to remove from consent. Councilor Abbott?
Yes, I would like to add item 1 to consent.
Thank you. Did go through budget and finance. So item 1, the request has been to add to consent, councilors. Is that okay? Any other items? Councilor Quinn?
I got a few.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Page 7, item number 7.
Page 7, item number 7, the request is removed from consent.
Okay. Page 8, item number 9.
Page 8, item number 9, the request is removed from consent.
Okay. Page 9, item number 12.
I got that one already, thank you.
Okay. All right. And then page 10, item 16.
Page 10, item 16, the request has been to remove from consent. Any other items, councilors? Council Pro Tem?
Did item 14 go through budget and finance? Or am I wrong?
Yes.
It did. It did. No, I'm just asking if we need it. Okay. Okay. So we can
okay?
just, yeah, so can we,
Yes, we'll add that did go through budget and
okay,
finance.
thank you.
Excuse me, you said item 14?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Recommended by budget.
Excuse me, Council President Alexander.
Yes, ma'am.
I spoke with the city attorney, and item number 1 is an item of permanent operation, so we won't be able to put it on consent.
Okay, thank you. It wasn't indicated on there, but it is permanent operation.
Yes, ma'am, I apologize.
That's okay. All right, so item 1, we will have to make a vote on that. Thank you. Any other items? Councilor Williams, did you have anything? You good? I walked in here thinking we had 31 items that were all on consent, but we're good. All right. Thank you, councilors. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so requests. If so, such items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All matters of pertinent operation will be read. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. Madam Clerk, if I may ask, we do have an item that we have for unanimous, that will be offered for unanimous consent for travel. Do I need to add this at this time and just call it up? You'll give it an item number?
Yes, well, we can call that up separate.
Okay, thank you. All right, councilors, at this time, we will I'll ask for a motion and a second for the consent agenda.
I move approval.
Second.
That vote has started.
Some people are down, Madam Clerk.
Council.
Let me guess.
All right. Councilor Wood, Williams, and Tate.
All right, thank you, councilors. The consent agenda is approved. If you're here for any items that were listed as consent, they have been approved. We hope you have a great day, and we'll continue with the rest of our agenda. Madam Clerk, I would like to go ahead and call up item 12 on page 9. I'd like to call it up first, please.
Yes, ma'am. Item number 12 on page 9. All right, where is it? Hold on 1 second.
She's going to 12 first, and then she's coming back.
I apologize, give me 1 second.
You're going to have to listen to that beeping through the whole council meeting.
Make a little correction.
First, I didn't
It's
even notice it.
putting up the Christmas tree.
I noticed it until you said something. I'm used to trains, so.
Got to make a slight correction and we'll be good to go. That's this thing not working. Got an issue with the mouse. Okay, now it's up. Okay, item number 12 on page 9. I apologize for the delay.
That's okay.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a professional services agreement with the Penny Foundation to implement, administer, and manage the fiscal and budgetary aspects of Common Ground, a cognitive-based conflict resolution initiative using the Pinwheel Group's habilitation, empowerment, and accountability therapy, a curriculum designed for people of color and/or others facing socioeconomic issues, which applies a holistic, culturally relevant, responsive, strength-based model that emphasizes a positive and engaging approach to handling anger management and conflict resolution throughout each Birmingham City High School, middle school, and K-8 and alternative learning schools during the school year, as well as in each sector of the city's communities, on behalf of the city, for an amount not to exceed $100,000 for services described in the scope of work to administer the Common Ground program budget of $1 million, with all services to be performed over the next 3 fiscal years ending on June 30th, 2025.
Thank you. Councilors, do I have a motion and a second?
Second.
All right, thank you. We did have two councilors that asked to have this pulled off consent, and I know that we have a lot of visitors here that are pursuant to this item. So, Councilor Moore.
Yeah, so I really just wanted to pull this item off just to learn more about the initiative because I know that, everybody's probably excited about the program and the information that's going to be shared with our students. And so just wanted to know what that entails.
Yes, sir. Madam President and Council, again, good morning to you all. Thank you for allowing item 12 to go out of order. We have the superintendent, Dr. Mark Sullivan, here with an army of staff and principals. So at this time, I want to get them to come up along with Judge Sparks and Galvin Billups. Of course, Judge Sparks of Municipal Court, Galvin Billups of the Division of Youth Services. Oh, and of course, I see they're coming. As they come, Madam President and Council, as you know, before you, item 12. Item 12 is a resolution as, of course, the executed professional service agreement with the Penny Foundation, but this is around common ground. The HEAT program has been around for quite some time. I guess more global aspect, I think we all know the issues in our community of how young people and adults tend to respond when they have an issue with somebody, whether they know them or a stranger. We keep looking to expand our toolbox of conflict resolution. This is another tool we think would be extremely beneficial. We have two examples, one being in our municipal court that's been used there for years. The other one, believe it or not, is actually being used at Carver High School. So if it's okay with the judge and Mr. Billups, I actually want the superintendent to come up, say a few words, and pass it to one of his team members.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Madam President, members of the council. We know that conflict resolution is important. And we also know that the issues that we see oftentimes in our community, they spill over into our neighborhoods. They spill over into our schools. And we have to give, as the mayor indicated, our students the tools that they need in order to solve conflicts in a non-violent way. And one would think that that is something that you would learn at home. One would think that that is something that you learn naturally, but it's not. And as we see, as we're coming out of the pandemic, we're seeing more and more students make more and more bad decisions because they don't have the skill set in order to make the right decisions where someone is not, shot, someone is not murdered, someone is not maimed for no other reason than these individuals could not come to a resolution that did not end in violence. I am so proud of our principal at Carver High School. Last year, they piloted this program. She has seen some tremendous results from the students that she has recommended for the program, and the young men and young ladies who participate, as well as the mentors who come in and show that our students, that there are better ways to make better decisions. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Hines, our principal at Carver High School, to talk to you a little bit about the program that she saw last year. Ms. Hines?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Tiki Hines, principal at Carver High School. I was really excited to welcome a program from the city. Oftentimes, our students don't recognize the connection that school has to their community. So it's exciting to have a program where Black men are coming in and giving them another voice on how to solve problems. Now, when I would want to go in, because I'm nosy, to see what was going on, everyone would look at me and like, you're not invited. But when the boys came out, there seemed to be an understanding, and all of these young men don't get along. And that was an opportunity for those young men to sit and really talk about how to solve their problems with their words. So many times they don't have that skill set. And with this program that goes several weeks, it meets twice a week, and we planned it during lunchtime. That's our second period. So they would have an hour twice a week where they sat and met with these young men, develop relationships. I really emphasized to the gentleman who was servicing the boys, it's important that you build relationships. And one young man in particular, they even helped him get a job downtown during the summer. And I often let the young men who were working with those boys know what were some of their challenges, what they needed to work on. So they kind of helped to address some of those things. So I really support the program. I don't often put my name behind programs just because. But I did see a difference. These young men have not received, as a whole, suspensions. They have not been involved in anything that has been brought to my knowledge in the community. They've kind of just been sitting back, laying back. So I am looking forward to recommending another group of young men next semester. We have targeted our 10th and 9th graders. We typically have issues with the 10th and 9th graders, and the 11th and 12th graders seem to have their life together. But I do hope you consider the program in our schools. It's a wonderful way to let children know that you do care and that you are putting some money and resources behind them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say we believe in this program so much that we have our high school and middle school principals here to say that there is a need for conflict resolution in our communities and among our young people. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
My name is Andre Sparks, and I'm happy to serve as the presiding judge for the city of Birmingham. And, I'm glad to see the energy that's behind this endeavor. I want to thank the mayor for his leadership and, first of all, initiating the contact with the school system. I want to thank Dr. Sullivan for stepping out and telling the administrators, the men and women who run our schools, what he thought of the program. And I want to thank them for being here because I think their presence speaks volumes about the seriousness and the hope of success for this program. This is one tool in the toolbox that we're trying. We call the program Common Ground, and clearly today the city of Birmingham and the Birmingham public school systems are all on common ground. And now we need to get the young boys and girls in our school systems on the same common ground, and that's going to take some hard work. So we've been hard at work recruiting gentlemen from our community. We call them coaches. In 2 weeks, we're going to train about 100 of them and deploy them into 23 schools in the city of Birmingham. They're excited about it. They understand, and they come from every walk of life. There is no set definition of who can be a coach in our community. And we're excited about them coming in and receiving the training directly from the young men who wrote this program, one from Kentucky, one from Florida. They'll be flying into Birmingham and directly teaching and certifying them to teach this curriculum. And I believe as we move through next semester, when we start with a cohort in each of these classes, a cohort will have about 15 to 20 young men in each class. Some schools will have 2 cohorts, but I believe when we end next semester, we should start seeing some different conversations from these young men, and hopefully from those conversations, we'll start seeing some different actions from them. We're excited about it, a lot of energy, but it all starts with us being on common ground.
Thank you. Councilor Moore?
Yeah, so first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you for showing up, being here, mayor, superintendent, judge, director, principals, administrators, all of you. I think it's very important for a program like this to be in our school because we need culturally relevant content that our young people can really connect with and gain information and inspiration from. And so I'm excited to hear that this is going on, especially, you know, on the heels of myself and Councilor Tate coming back from a visit to Jefferson County jails, right? I think that this would be something that would directly impact them not having to deal with the jail system, right? And so really excited about it. One of the questions that I had, though, is I know a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months or so ago, we had the UAB B-men that were in here, right? And I know that you said that you all are in the process of recruiting and training up mentors. Wanted to know if that would also be a group that, you know, you all would lean into as well, seeing as how they are, you know, young men, close in age, very dapper gentlemen, and so could really be an inspiration to the young men that they are in proximity to.
Absolutely. Well, this is our
notion on training coaches. We want men who already have a modicum of stability in our community to be certified as coaches. We'll bring the B men in as examples of what can be next level for these young men, but the investment of many of these B men may not stay in our community when they get certified. I mean, when they graduate, they may leave. But we want to make sure these coaches can serve and then serve again and serve again, because they'll get better as they start serving the community. But we'll absolutely bring the B men in and other people from our community as examples of success in our community.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bear with me, we did have one other council that asked this item to be pulled. Councilor Quinn, did you have any questions or comments?
Not really. I just wanted to kind of put it in context of all of the other things that we've done. So, by my recollection, we've contributed $2 million to Jefferson County Department of Health for the $3 million. Jefferson County Department of Health for the Violence Intervention Program, $1 million for the mental health program, now $1 million for this program. Am I forgetting something?
The safe havens for the rec centers, $1 million.
Right. Just let the record reflect that, we're doing a lot to address these types of issues in our community, and, just wanted to provide that context.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn.
Also, financial literacy.
That's right.
Financial literacy in schools. Bit more engagement.
Thank you, Councilor Clark. And we have one more. Yes, Councilor Tate.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Once again, I want to thank Judge Sparks for his leadership and the mayor on this as well. As Councilor Moore mentioned, we toured the Jefferson County Jail on yesterday, and I read an article yesterday where a 14-year-old in Dothan is being charged with capital murder. So when we look at ways and moving in the direction of crime prevention, it's super important that we get this right, because the city of Birmingham is on life support, and we don't have not one opportunity to, I'm not saying no one is perfect, but we got to make sure that the people that we are inviting, that's speaking into these young people's lives, are the right people. And there's a lot of mentorship programs out here. It is a lot of people with lived experience that have traveled down the road. Some of these young men are traveling down that I definitely want you guys to be tapping into. So I'm going to be providing Judge Sparks some names of some people that I know that have traveled down these roads that are very successful. And so we got an opportunity when we went to Kansas City. I sat on a lot of public safety. So it's again, I'm going to give Mayor Whiffen his kudos, because a lot of mayors across the country are invested in crime prevention. And so as Councilor Moore stated, Quinn stated, we have the hospital-based violence program, we have the mental health piece, and so now we got to move all these moving parts and know what each person is doing, because I think that's what happens a lot of times. We have so many people working in silos, and everybody wants to do the same thing, but we just got to make sure that we tapping into the right people to do the same thing, and making sure that it's for the interest of the people, and not somebody that's trying to be, something to, for their own good. Because sometimes we can tap into the wrong people and abort the mission that we definitely are trying. But I'm going to be real close proximity to this work, because it's very dear to me, being a mother of a formerly incarcerated young man who was given a 20-year prison sentence in the Alabama Department of Correction. So I know what that looks like on that side of the gate. And so I definitely want to be working very close proximity. And I would challenge each one of these counselors that's sitting here with me to go and read about the HEAT program, because a lot of times we can sit here and we want to agree to something, but if we don't know the content of what's really going on, then how do you know what you're agreeing to? So I would challenge each one of you to go read about the HEAT program and get with Judge Sparks and go into the training and see who these young brothers are that created this program. That's a national program across the nation. So I'm also going to be working with Clinton Lacey to bring the credible messenger. So we're going to be merging a lot of this stuff together. As the chair of public safety, I'm going to be doing some working sessions. So I want to be sitting down talking to each and every one of you all to see how we can move Birmingham into a safe manner.
Thank you, Councilor Tate. Councilor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. it really warms my heart to see you all, because I think all of these initiatives are really a testament to really the partnership between the mayor, the council, the school board, and just the school administration. Going to NLC, you don't hear a lot about mayor and councils working together. I know particularly like they barely talk. You don't hear about them knowing about their school board members, seeing their teachers, seeing their principals, seeing their superintendent. This reminds me, Councilor Tate, I don't think you were here, Madam President. I think Councilor Quinn. So our final speaker was Brandon Fleming, right? He is an assistant debate coach at Harvard. He's gone all over the world to talk about his memoir is Miseducation. And he talked about how one teacher invested in him, and that caused him this ripple effect of him going back to Atlanta, taking an all-black debate team, then winning against all these teams non of color, and they were just saying, oh, it's just a fluke, they won't win again. But he was talking about how he was like a former drug dealer, had overdosed. I mean, all these things, different things. He couldn't even read when he got to college, and one teacher invested in him, and that really just changed his whole life. And so I want to thank you all for investing in our children, and you too, Mr. Billis, because we're not there every day with our kids. You guys are with our kids way more than the parents are, us, our grandparents are. And I just really want to say thank you. I don't think we thank you all publicly enough. I think this is great. I talked about budget and finance right around the time that was the incident with UVA with the football players, and it actually was a personal incident between them. And I kind of thought, well, that young man had better skills with conflict resolution. Maybe he wouldn't have pulled out the gun and killed his former teammates. Also before, these adults, and Mayor Woodfin has talked about this a lot of the violence that's happening right now is kind of domestic violence. So it's interpersonal violence, and that's hard for us. We can't go in these homes every single, 100,000 households and do that. So what do we start with? We start with the babies. The babies are going to be the ones that are going to influence the adults to tell them, hey, mom and dad, this isn't the way. This is what I learned at school. Or they can teach their baby siblings and say, hey, I know you guys are about to fight, but let's take this technique. So I'm really excited to see this, especially having a little 12-year-old nephew. So they don't have any conflict resolution skills, y'all. They don't. They fight all the time. But I'm really, really excited about this and investing in you. Thank you, Mayor Woodfin, for bringing this to us, and thank you for this partnership. I look forward to all the things we're going to do next.
Thank you, Councilor Clark.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't know if this mic is working, but anyway, I'll just talk loudly. Want to commend everyone for this initiative, and I just had a question about young ladies. So we were talking a lot about men today. Will this strategy impact young ladies?
So the curriculum that we've rolled out now is HEAT is for young men. There is a curriculum that these drafters have created called HER that we anticipate preparing next semester to roll out the following semester in the schools for young ladies. And so what we'll be doing this time is we're training coaches, is bringing some women in to help lead that cohort when it starts, so that we're already ahead of the game. So we're looking forward to integrating them into the process. So come fall semester 23, we're ready to do a female cohort.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor Wood.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to add, man, I'm fortunate to have met a lot of the principals and things and people here today, and that's not an easy job. I mean, they're running a building with sometimes thousands of people in it every day, but I do want to commend everybody for being flexible. I think as every generation kind of requires different challenges and different responses and different tools and solutions, and so just simply being willing to bring new ideas to the table, to embrace them and implement them. Because, like I said, the conflict resolution need is at a much higher level than it may have been in the past. And so I just really want to commend everybody for being at the table, being flexible, and willing to implement something new.
Madam President and Council, yes. I want to do this in less than a minute, but I want to close out by saying thank you. First, thank you to the 9 of you all for all the things we've rolled out around investing in our youth, investing in conflict resolution, investing in finding different ways to decrease violence. You've been lockstep, so publicly thank you. I also want to thank Judge Sparks, Galvin Billups, and his entire team, Judge's entire team as well, and then the superintendent and his administrators. But I do want to echo Pro Tem Smitherman's sentiments as well as Councilor Wood's sentiments. My highest appreciation and thank you goes to these principals that are present. The superintendent can appreciate this as a former principal. What I'm about to say, it's of all the cogs in the system that make up a school system, I would say they have the most important, or they are the most important. That's very opinion-based, but let me explain why. I'm unaware of any other person in a role that deals with every other cog, right? The students, teachers, staff, family, community. In addition to that, the people above them as it relates to administrators. No other person in the actual school system has to deal with every other part. And so they're busy. They took time out of their morning to be here to show support of this program. I believe they're excited about this program, and I just want to publicly thank them for their hard work, because I don't believe what they do is easy at all. So, thank you.
Thank you. And Mayor Whitman, we haven't taken the vote yet, but I think it's very obvious what we're about to do. Dr. O'Quinn, did you have?
Yes, just one last thing. Our young women are also not immune to the violence, and just want to state the obvious and say, I know there's a focus on young men. They're often involved in the gun violence, but our young ladies are, also in need of the same type of mentoring. So just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you. I do want to echo everything that's been said so far. The thing that struck me the most is talking about Brandon Fleming and that influence that one teacher that can make a difference in your life or in a student's life. So I want to thank each of you for your role. I know each of you started as that one teacher. And as Mayor Whitman said, as principals, administrators, you reach the whole spectrum of trying to help that student, their family, the community. So I want to thank you. And I just want to read you a quote that I often reflect back on. A teacher affects eternity. He or she can never tell where his influence stops. And so I want to thank you today for your continuing influence. It's often a lifetime, and I know you know that. Thank you. All right, councilors, at this time, we'll entertain the vote.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
We already did that.
Oh, we did that.
Yes, that's okay.
We already got that, but the vote has started.
So long ago.
That's okay, I know.
Well, I have to vote yes.
Yes. All right, thank you, councilors. That item 12 passes, and we thank you all. All right, council, at this time, Madam Clerk, if you'll call up the first item, we'll go back in order.
We're going to go to item number 1 on page 2. All right, item 1 is an ordinance amending ordinance number 22-154 to rename the redeveloper listed in the redevelopment agreement with the City of Birmingham, NCRC Housing Rehab Fund, LLC, as Housing Reinvestment Corporation of America, a subsidiary of NCRC, under which the city shall convey to HRCA a total of 52 lots located in the Pratt City community at 1430 Pratt Highway, Birmingham, and also award funds under the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program in the amount of $2,987,000 to HRCA for the development of single-family affordable energy-efficient houses containing approximately 1,200 to 1,700 square feet of living space. And this is an item of permanent operation, so we need UC to first take it up.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Move the item.
Second.
All right, councilors, this is an ordinance. Actually, this is to rename the redeveloper that's listed in the agreement. Are there any questions regarding this item? All right, we're ready for the vote.
Okay. The vote has started. Councilor Clark?
All right, thank you, councilors. That item passes. Item 1 passes. Next item.
Okay, the next item will be item number 3. On page 6, an ordinance to further amend the neighborhood allocation for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023 by transferring $3,000 from Kilo Springs Neighborhood Association and to further amend the capital fund budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023 by appropriating $3,000 to Department of Transportation, R&M infrastructure, street and traffic signs, that is speed cushions for traffic calming efforts.
Is there a motion and a
I
second?
move approval.
All right, I did not note who pulled this item from consent. All right, Councilor Moore, thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. Wanted to just give a big shout out to Kilo Springs for this initiative. I know I had an opportunity to go out, knock on doors, and get approval from different residents that wanted to be able to be in support of this project, and so wanted to just give them shouts out for that. But then also wanted to find out from the Department of Transportation when we could expect this being implemented.
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor,
Yes, sir.
as soon as you all approve it, we'll get to work, sir.
Got it. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. There's nothing further.
All right, any other questions?
I know, want to give a shout out to Councilor Woods because I think his district was one of the first ones maybe a couple of years ago that started to really encourage neighborhoods to use their funds for traffic calming solutions. But I really want to encourage other neighborhoods in my district and other districts. I talked to my neighborhood about this, about using their funds for things like this. Like, I know they want to hold on to the money, but a lot of your complaints and issues that you have, we can match you on it, honestly. Like, just be more proactive. Like, that's what neighborhoods were for, is to really just kind of take your complaints and be proactive and work with your council and your mayor. So hopefully I'll see other neighborhoods to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And one final piece that I did not add. He's so silly. One final piece that I did not add is, and I'm glad that you brought that up, is District 4. The District 4 office is actually matching Kilo Springs, and so again, I just wanted to say thank you to them for taking the initiative and putting that up and using their funds in a way that's going to benefit them, not just for a day or for an event, but for a good little while. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments, councilors, or questions? We're ready for the vote then, Madam Clerk.
The vote has started. Councilor Clark. Okay, gotcha.
All right, thank you, councilors. Item number 3 passes. Next item.
The next item is item number 4, also on page 6. An ordinance to further amend the grants fund budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023 by appropriating $10,764,981 to Mayor's Office for Good Jobs Challenge per grant award received.
Is there a motion and a
I
second?
move approval.
All right, thank you. There was a request to move this one from consent. Councilor Clark.
Yes.
Thank you.
I just had thank you, Madam President. Just wanted to get an overview of what this is.
Amelia Mueller's not in, but as I can.
Get in the door.
She is?
On the other side.
I can.
Yep.
There's our team member. She can do a way better job. Councilor Clark would like just a brief overview of this program. As she comes to the podium, Madam President and City Council, I can tell you this is a wonderful opportunity for the City of Birmingham, severalfold. One, we know our number one driver for our city's economic identity is healthcare. And we also know that there are an assortment of workforce development organizations that needed a reason to come together, and I think the Good Jobs Challenge provided that opportunity. We're in a position to receive this grant if you all so choose today with your vote, but before then I would like her to give a little more detail.
Absolutely. So the ordinance before you today is to accept the funds formally from the Economic Development Administration. We are currently in the sort of first phase of a 3-year grant to train 1,000 job seekers in the Birmingham metro area in healthcare and digital health jobs. And the grant is inclusive of a range of partners, as the mayor intimated, including, if I can do it off the top of my head, Prosper, Women's Foundation of Alabama, Central 6 Workforce Development Council, Innovate Birmingham, Strive, as well as supporting Birmingham Promise students enrolled in UAB in healthcare-related majors. And stitching those partners together along with employers to create more legible pathways in the in the healthcare workforce, to create training opportunities that get people through those workforce pathways and to ensure that people are successful in those training opportunities.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments about this item? Everybody good? All right, thank you, Ms. Mueller. We're ready for the vote.
That vote has started.
All right, thank you, councilors. Item number 4 passes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
The next item is item number 7. It's on page 7. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Avenue Insights and Analytics, LLC, under which Avenue Insights and Analytics, LLC, will provide to the City of Birmingham data integration services, which will allow transfers with City of Birmingham business license statuses to ACELA for the Planning, Engineering, and Permits Department, allowing ACELA fields to be updated with recent statuses of business license for the permit review process, preventing the issuance of a permit without a license for a period not to exceed 1 year for a total amount not to exceed $21,600.
Move the item.
All right, thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. You asked this item to be pulled.
Yes. So this is not, if I'm reading this correctly, this is not inclusive of our total contract with Avenue. That's correct? This is only for this one little piece of it, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So, well, just in the context of, Avenue in general, that contract is currently being negotiated. Is that correct, or has that come before us already for a renewal?
We're still under contract with them. It hasn't expired yet.
Okay.
Chief Mitchell just shared that part of the next committee of the whole is to provide an overview and more detail in regards to the City of Birmingham's relationship with Avenue.
Okay, thank you. That's kind of more what I'm looking for, because I do think there are definitely some concerns based on feedback from the community in particular. So I look forward to that discussion.
Very fair. Concerns we've shared internally as well as we've shared with them. And there's been a lot of lean in. So I think our report and update will be beneficial and helpful to this council. On the other note, just our core values of efficiency and effectiveness. I think what's before you today goes at the heart of systems alignment and our PEP team being out in the field and being able to just how we integrate our systems and be a little more modern in how we address our services.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions regarding this one? And I want to thank Chief Mitchell. I did have a conversation with him about some of the same, what you're sharing, Councilor Queen. I saw Mrs. Abbott's head also in agreement that we've had some businesses and some entities that have asked questions about that process and how we select who provides that service for us. So we will bring that as a committee of the whole item. So thank you. All right, councilors, at this time we're ready for the vote.
The vote has started. Councilor Clark.
Councilor Clark.
The vote is up.
All right. Oh, thank you very much. All right, item number 7 passes.
Okay.
Next item.
Item number 9 is on page 8. A resolution pursuant to Section 11-40-1 and Section 11-47-9 Codes of Alabama 1975, authorizing the mayor to execute and deliver an agreement with Birmingham Times Media Group, LLC, in an amount not to exceed $65,000 to provide the following goods and services for the city. Birmingham Times Media Group, LLC, will provide weekly print and online advertisements to inform and educate the citizens of the city of Birmingham about city codes, ordinances, programs, and services to positively support the citizens of Birmingham. In addition, the provider will deliver and distribute 50 weekly copies of the Birmingham Times newspaper. The total amount will be dispersed in 2 equal installments of $32,500, beginning on October 2022 and ending June 30th, 2023.
Item.
Second. All right, thank you. Dr. O'Quinn, you had questions about this one?
No question.
You're good? All right, we're ready for the vote. Are there any other questions?
I have one. Normally, in the past, whether it was normal or not, we had the Birmingham Times and the Birmingham News, I think, as the 2 places we advertised. Are we going down to just one place where we're advertising, or is this just a happenstance?
Well, Madam President, to
Yes,
Mrs.
ma'am.
Abbott's question, Ms. Abbott, I don't believe what you're sharing and what's before you are related. This item before you is actually a city council item. So in regards to...
This isn't our normal publications that we do of all our legal stuff, so that comes at another time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I understand now. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. There are no other questions? We're ready for the vote.
The
Did
vote
you have a
has
question?
started.
Okay, thank you. All right, councilors, item number 9 passes. Next item.
The next item is item number 10, also on page 8, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute for and as the act of said city a project funding agreement with Dreams Bar and Lounge, Inc., under which Dreams Bar and Lounge will develop a restaurant as part of a project involving improvements to approximately 3,500 square feet of space located at 1506 Pearson Avenue, Southwest Birmingham, and the city will provide financial incentives to Dreams Bar and Lounge of $100,000 in support of the project.
Second.
All right, Dr. O'Quinn.
So I just had a few questions about this, but if we could just start with like a general description of the agreement.
Well, I'll go general first, and then I'll allow Mr. Wesley. He can come up as I give a brief statement. Mr. Wesley, as he comes up, I'll give a brief statement. This is a small business that wants to come online in District 7. And what we're doing, what Cornell Wesley's and his team is doing, is making an investment in their startup to the tune of $10,000 to make sure that they can actually be successful. I'm sorry, $100,000. And then I want him to give a little bit more context of their business.
So it is a restaurant. I know the name says Dreams Bar and Lounge, but in fact, its primary use is a restaurant. So what you have before you, again, is what we term as a micro incentive agreement to go into areas that have historically not had any retail activity over at least the last 5 to 7 years. And so the use of the proceeds specifically, again, as mentioned in budget and finance, are for renovation and construction build-out support. None of the resources are for working capital. The direct taxes from this establishment by itself, without abatements or any further inducements, will yield over $500,000 annually, and at year 5, over $1.3 million City of Birmingham direct taxes over the same period.
Okay, so a few questions. How many jobs? funding source, and are there clawback provisions within the agreement?
Yes, sir. 65 jobs. The funding source is coming out of our departmental budget. And as to your last question, in the agreement, our operating covenant states, as a condition to the city's payment of the city assistance, developer agrees to operate the restaurant for a period of at least 5 years beyond the opening date. In the event the developer ceases to operate the restaurant for greater than 90 consecutive days at any time during the operating term for reasons other than force majeure, developer will repay to the city as liquidated damages. And over a period of time, it will decrease by 20% if they remain open. So if they close in the first year, they pay the entire incentive back. As long as they make it to year 5, that's well beyond our break-even point.
Okay, and then one final question, and this is in the proposal. It's page 201 of our packet, but it says that the business will be opening from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. every day. It's the 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. that concerns me. This is a primarily residential community. So I just wanted to seek some clarification on that.
So they will be serving breakfast and lunch, and then closing down for a brief period to revamp, and then opening back up for dinner.
Okay.
So that first 5 a.m., and we do have Mr. Carr here who can speak more specifically to that question, but as I understand it, breakfast is served early in the morning as well as lunch, and of course they'll serve a dinner course as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, one of my main concerns is we've had venues that have come before us that have been in close proximity to residential areas, and it's been that nighttime traffic, noise, and things of that nature that the council has ended up having to come back and reconsider. So I just want to make sure that that's not going to be an issue here.
None whatsoever. So we have an experienced operator here who has limited to no occurrences of anything accusatory, anything malfeasant. So we're pretty confident that in this area, specifically in West End, where there's been, again, may I reiterate, little to no retail activity, that the community will welcome such an occasion.
Okay.
Thank you. Councilor Pro Tem, this is in District 6, so do you have any comments?
Yes, I do want to add on. So they talked about, Council O'Quinn, really a lot of people are looking for food between, I think they said 2 and 5 a.m. So really they would kind of be door dashing food. It's more of like a high scale restaurant. So if you're thinking like lamb chops, lobster tails.
That's correct.
A-Train Station, isn't it nearby? It's nearby. They just opened their own brick and mortar. But if you go over there, he is right. There aren't any restaurants over there, and it's a black-owned business. And even though it isn't really the Arlington West End Oakwood Place, I did talk to West End Manor, and they were really excited about it because I feel like a lot of the nicer restaurants don't really come to the West Ends or
that's correct.
Roosevelt Cities, Fountain Heights. I don't think they come over there. So I would like for you guys to say yes, because I really would like for us just have something nice for people over there. West End feels forgotten, and so I don't want this to be perceived as something else, and then they're not given the same opportunity we give other neighborhoods like Highland Park. But they did tell us all those questions like the jobs and stuff, and they seem pretty on it. But it's not, I know where you're going, it's not a lounge though. Okay. In the residential areas, it's like, it's close by, but it's not like this is the restaurant and this is the house. It's like this is the restaurant and then you go this way and those are the houses.
Okay. Just one final question. It looked like from the Google Earth images, at least, that this was a historic structure. Looks like maybe 1930s vintage. I was just curious if you could confirm that.
As to the age, let me allow the owner of said space to answer that.
Sure.
Thank you. You have a question?
My name is.
It's Mr. Demetrius Carr.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes, to answer your question, that is a historical building. It's nice. We've already been in doing a lot of the work. We've definitely made some positive additions to that building, but it is a super nice building, and we've got a super nice plans for it, for that area entirely.
All right.
Thank you. I believe Councilor Clark has a question.
Now my question totally changed, because you live in Bush Hills, so I'm wondering why the restaurant is in Bush Hills. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No.
Up a few years. That West End is nice.
No, I'm joking.
I'm coming home.
I guess my question is for Cornell Wesley. I like the idea of a programmatic thrust at inducing, especially restaurants, which is so hard to attract startup capital, because usually investors have to, and a lot of these entrepreneurs don't have the investors around them to back them to do this. And so, and as a result, we have very few black-owned restaurants in a city that is so black. It's just like kind of daunting. But or people struggle to put one together that's really nice. So I like this, and I'm wondering if you have created a program that can do this, all across the city.
Yes, we have. So this year, again, Council enthusiastically approved the RISE ordinance, which will become the vehicle for future similarly styled incentives. In addition, IEO is programming the deployment of the remaining site remediation dollars for future uses, and we'll work with our ARP team to appropriately document and administer future opportunities. The criteria for such a program would be located in an area of opportunity. We're following our bold footprint, must have sweat equity and or skin in the game, capital already in the project, in this case that accomplishes that, must have site control, i.e. own and or lease the site. Request must be for FF&E, that is furniture, fixtures, and equipment, or construction bill that we are not supporting working capital, and the request cannot exceed $100K. And again, those areas like East Lake, like Inslee, like 5 Points West, like the 4th Avenue Civil Rights District, like North Birmingham, like Illiton, like Woodlawn and West End are areas that we're trying to target and incite retail activity.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilor Tate?
Yes, Madam President. I just want to thank Mr. Wesley for this opportunity. I'm excited for Council Pro Tem and got a chance to be in Budget and Finance and hear Mr. Carr talk about Pascals, and I like Pascals. And so, Councilor Quinn, when you're in Atlanta, go to Pascals. If you haven't been on Mary Mac's, because I'm assuming this is what Mr. Carr gonna bring us, that Mary Mac swing over here. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Williams?
Thank you, Madam President. Is there a reason this wasn't submitted to Economic Development?
It was submitted to Budget and Finance.
Okay.
That's my fault.
Okay. So,
I apologize, sir.
So I'm unclear of how. So the previous time that we did this with the bar, we did it through, I believe it was CDGB dollars, correct? It wasn't out of
Uptown Jazz.
Uptown Jazz. It wasn't out of a departmental budget. Is that?
It's out of our incentive line item. We have incentives in our departmental budget.
Okay, so I guess to my question, the last time we did this, was this out of CDBG dollars?
It was, but I'll tell you, Counselor. One, let me acknowledge. I fumbled that, so I truly apologize that it didn't come before your committee. And to answer your question in regards to the jazz bar, yes. But I'll go ahead and tell you the future. There's a meeting next week, November 30th, that will be open to the public, just about how community development and economic development are coming together as it relates to providing capital dollars via loans to small businesses to help them get out, to get started, et cetera. So you'll see us come before you from time to time. Sometime to help a small business, it will be through community block grant dollars. Sometimes it will be directly through the incentive line dollar, which is not a lot. But I'll make sure when we do that, let's make sure it goes through both committees.
Yes, sir. Apologies, sir.
Thank you. I would like to thank the mayor as well as economic development, Mr. Wesley, the opportunities that you're providing for, I won't say entrepreneurs or small businesses or micro businesses like that of Mr. Carr. And I also applaud you for looking for these type businesses in areas where typically we do not have this quality and type of entertainment and opportunity for families to go and people to go and take pleasure in being in our neighborhoods that often need this type of economic incentive and this economic improvement. So I want to thank you. We don't have a lot of, I just learned a new term, we don't have a lot of angel investors that are out there that are trying to help businesses like this. So if we could use this impact and allow this for our small companies and our micro businesses, then I think this is a very good move for the city of Birmingham and for our neighborhoods that are asking for this in our neighborhoods. I'd like to see Roosevelt City become the next Avondale or Crestwood and West End.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have places that we don't have to travel far to have this type of opportunity. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Councilors, at this time we'll entertain the vote.
The vote has started. Councilor Williams and Councilor Woods.
Thank you very much. That item passes with one abstention. Next item.
Okay, the next.
Was it a no? Excuse me. That was a red. That was a no, not a blue. Thank you. That item passes.
All right.
Next item.
The next item is item number 16. It's on page 10. A resolution authorizing the mayor to appropriate funds in the amount of $1,500 per neighborhood per calendar year for the authorized services to be used to electronically notify neighborhood residents of meeting dates and times, such as automated calling services minutes.
Do we have a motion and a second?
Move the item.
Second. All right. Thank you. Dr. O'Quinn, you had some questions about this item.
Yeah, I asked this during pre-council meeting, but again, never want to discourage neighborhood associations from using the funds that have been allocated to them. However, I've been a big proponent of the Everbridge system ever since, that's been made available. So I hate to see somebody pay for something that they can get for free, and that's really the point that I wanted to make.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. Any other comments or questions about this item? We're ready for the vote.
The vote has started. Councilor Woods.
All right, thank you. Item 16 passes. Councilors, Madam Clerk, is that the end of those items on the agenda?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, councilors, you do have before you a request for some travel, and we need, I believe, unanimous consent to consider this. Is that right, Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am. Just need UC for these items.
Motion for UC. Second.
Okay, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. And I just want to make a note of the travel was for Connie Horn, Jeffrey McDaniels, and Council President Warden Alexander, for Las Vegas, Nevada, for the 46th Annual Legislative Conference. So everybody will know what it's for. Okay. Now we need a motion. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you very much. Councilors, at this time, I do want to make note of, as we talk about travel, we did have several councilors and staff that traveled to the National League of Cities recently in Kansas City for the City Summit meeting, and we did have 3 councilors that did vie for leadership roles within the National League of Cities, and I'm happy to report that the 3 that went out for those opportunities, leadership roles, were all successful, and that includes Councilor Crystal Smitherman, who was elected to serve on the Women in Municipal Government Board of Directors, Councilor Darrell O'Quinn, who was elected to serve on the NLC's Board of Directors, and I was elected to serve as the Regional Director of the National Black Caucus of Local Elected Officials. So I want to thank these councilors for taking this opportunity to bring these leadership roles back to the city of Birmingham. Appreciate you. There are other opportunities, there are other advocacy groups that we are looking forward to. I know there are some openings right now on public safety, so we're really going to push, and transportation and just a lot of other opportunities that are out there. We'll roll the film first, and then I'll give you opportunity if you'd like to say anything. So if we could have that video to come up, please. I'm so excited with the accomplishments that we've had as a city council by attending the National League of Cities, their summit this past week. We had an opportunity to fellowship, to learn, and to get more opportunities to work with other local elected officials. As a result of being at this particular meeting, we had an opportunity to also go out for other leadership roles within the National League of Cities. So I'm very excited that I was selected by the Alabama Caucus to be the regional director, and that's for Area 15, where I'll have responsibility for working with all of the local elected officials within the state of Alabama as part of our caucus for NBC Leo.
It's been such a great opportunity networking with people. Congratulations to my colleagues for getting on national boards. I am now on the National Board of Directors for the Women in Municipal Government constituency group, and that's really bringing together a whole network of female politicians and really making sure that we have an agenda that really promotes a lot of women's rights, reproductive rights, making sure that we have a female perspective when laws and policies are being made.
Well, one of the things that I definitely want to learn about is how to position the city of Birmingham to actually host one of these conferences. There are thousands of attendees, and I think that is something that Birmingham should aspire to. So I'll be trying to learn how to best prepare the city to put together a bid package, and then if we do submit a bid package, actually shepherding that through the process, but then also preparing the way for other elected officials in Alabama to get involved with National League of Cities. There's lots of opportunities, lots of committees and resources that NLC has to offer that I can learn about and tell other local elected officials in Alabama and encourage them to get engaged.
And I recommend that every elected official become a member of the National League of Cities. I have learned so much. I have met some great leaders from across the nation here at this session. I have went in sessions around public safety, infrastructure, stormwater. It has really been a great networking experience for me.
I'm just excited for not only myself, but for Councilor O'Quinn and Councilor Pro Tem. They also had an opportunity to seek and to earn leadership roles within National League of Cities on their own. So now we have 3 representatives from the Birmingham City Council that will be part of the Directorate of National League of Cities. So congratulations to those councilors. We're excited to continue to represent our districts and to represent the city of Birmingham. Very much. And we do, as a reminder, councilors, those applications for the different advocacy groups, we need to get those in by November 30th. So we'll be sure to be working with everybody to do that. Thank you very much. At this time, councilors, we will go ahead and have comments from each of our districts, if that is okay with everybody. All right. Can we start down here with you, Councilor Clark?
I don't know if my mic is working. Hello, hello. Yeah, it's working. Well, thank you, Madam President. So this past week was a busy one for the District 8 office. About a week ago, we hosted the District 8 Fall Forum, Pass It On, with help from our partners from across the park, namely the Jefferson County Board of Equalization, the Tax Assessor's Office, the Tax Collector's Office, and Probate Judge Sherry Friday, as well as Legal Services of Alabama. We had an estate planning workshop aimed at arming residents with concrete steps and contacts to help them protect what they've worked so hard to acquire. It was well attended and pretty lively discussion. It's my hope that District 8 residents will carry this information forward this holiday season and take action. Last Thursday, I joined the 5 Points West community leaders along with Fire Chief Moon, Corey Moon, and the mayor for the long-standing tradition of the 5 Points West community leaders providing a Thanksgiving dinner for West Side fire stations. And the firefighters were warmly greeted and thanked for their service. On this past Saturday, the Bush Hills neighborhood, in conjunction with UAB Live Health Smart, kicked off a day of adventure. We had a healthy lunch, followed lunch and learn actually, about health and nutrition, and then it was followed by a group ride on the Birmingham Express. What an adventure. We not only got to know our neighbors, but we experienced together one of the city's newest assets. And it was so cold. I think we picked the coldest day so far. And I want to give big kudos and thank you to the 5 Points West Regional Library staff, because all these events were at the library and they stayed late and graciously accommodated us through the week, and we couldn't have done any of this without them. Want to also just note that the 5 Points West community invites you to join us for the tree lighting ceremony. That's going to be Saturday, December 10th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. at the Crossplex Marquee Sign, which is located at 4331 Avenue W. And that event will be followed by the holiday parade. And same date, they'll line up around 11, and the parade start time is noon. We've got a few high school bands already committed to join us and make it festive. So if you'd like to have a car, van, or float in the parade, the deadline to register is Monday, December 5th, and you may contact Miss Dora Sims at 205-746-0648 to make those arrangements. The District 8 Walking Group is going to take a break this Thursday, but we will be back every Thursday thereafter. We meet up about 5 minutes before 8 at the Crossplex Starbucks, and we stretch a little bit, and then we do about a 1.5 mile walk. It's really fast. All paces are welcome, and it's just a good opportunity to walk if you don't like to walk alone. Anyway, I want to wish everyone a safe and delicious Thanksgiving, and that concludes my remarks.
Thank you. And what time is the tree lighting? I'm sorry.
It's at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. Is it Saturday? December 10th. Let me just make sure that's Saturday.
Thank you.
Yes, Saturday.
Thank you very much.
You.
Councilor Moore?
Yes, ma'am, Madam President.
Am I on? There we go. All right. So we will have a neighborhood association meeting taking place in Kingston Monday at 6 p.m. For more information, just go to the Birmingham City Council website, find District 4, and scroll down for the details. North Birmingham Library is calling all sliders. Report to the dance floor. So this Wednesday at 10:30, come join for a fun-filled dance event where you can learn how to do the electric slide. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. Please contact Samantha Gaston for more information at 205-226-4027. I want to say congratulations to the Woodlawn Freshmen girls and varsity basketball teams winning all 3 games against Jackson Nolan. Kudos to all the coaches and teams. Go Colonels. Shout out to y'all. And then I also wanted to give a big shout out to the Eastlake Cowboys who had 3 of their 4 teams to win the 2022 championships. The 6U, 8U, and 10U won their championships, and the 12Us were runners-up. And so I want to say congratulations to you all. I want to say thank you to Madam President. I was able to speak in her absence at the Birmingham Retired Educators Association, along with my colleague, Carol Clark. She was in attendance as well. Ms. Barbara Allen and the rest of the retired educators were given a resolution on behalf of the City Council, and so they were extremely excited about it. And, one of the things that I shared with them, and I'm pretty sure, we all know this, but not really think about it, teaching is one of the few professions that touches every profession, right? And so it was cool being able to see our superintendent be in attendance there. He was able to see some of the teachers that, he had in the past, and it's just a beautiful thing to know that they really, like your poem said, affect the future. And so we really need to, show love to our teachers and support them in whatever ways that we possibly can, because they impact our whole entire city. Everybody got to go to a teacher. So in other news, let me see. Bethel Baptist Church had a chili cook-off over there with Pastor Thomas Wilder and his congregation. They was cutting up, man. Like them, yeah, they was cutting up. I really enjoyed myself, and so I just want to say thank you to them for having me this past Saturday. And then I wanted to just again say shouts out to the Kilo Springs Neighborhood Association. President Rashonda McNeil, her and her neighbors went out and actually passed out care packages at the Eastview Healthcare Center. And we had an opportunity to, connect with senior citizens and just spread a little holiday cheer. And so that was exciting, and just want to say kudos to her. Last two things. Again, wanted to remind everybody that there will be a Wills Clinic taking place December the 1st at Social Venture. If you are in need of a will, please go to vlbham.org to learn more information, to sign up and fill out a questionnaire. And like I said, the last thing was, I know recently or last week there was an EPA meeting that took place. Some residents were, a little bit upset because they got word about it late, and so that was something that was sent to us late. And so I wanted to encourage city to, or the mayor's side to ensure that we get that information in a timely fashion. So that we can alert residents so that they can be in attendance, hear the information, especially anything concerning the 35th Avenue Superfund site, because that's something that is very delicate, and it's a lot of passionate people that are involved in that conversation, and so we want to make sure that we are able to give people or set people up for success in being a part of those conversations. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Moore.
Thank you.
Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President. First thing I want to say is happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Just don't eat too much. The other thing is that I'm really excited to see members of the council being involved in the National League of Cities. We've been kind of insular for a long time, and we need to, spread out and see what everybody else is doing, especially if they're doing something, better than we are. Because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And I don't care who we copy as long as it's something good. The next Planning and Zoning Committee meeting is not until December 14th at 3:30 p.m., so we've got this big long break. We have 2 openings on the Planning Commission, so if anyone is interested, they can send their resume to valerie.abbott@birminghamal.gov. The deadline for submission will be December 16th at 5 p.m. for the 2 openings. You do have to be 18 years old, and when we get an 18-year-old to apply, I'll be surprised, but you have to be 18 years old and you have to be a citizen of the city of Birmingham. So if you live in the suburbs, you can help your city out, but ours is for our people. Neighborhood Association updates tonight would have been Redmont neighborhood, but they have canceled their neighborhood meeting for this evening. And we continue to suggest to our residents in District 3 that they go to our website, www.bhamdistrict3.com, for all of the other announcements and information about things that are going on in the city of Birmingham, like the tree lighting. They've been putting up the Christmas tree out there while we've been here in our meeting, and it will be beautiful. It is gigantic. So I hope everyone has a nice Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, Mrs. Abbott. Councilor Quinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Wanted to give a shout out. We have a new store opening on Friday. It's the Datus Henry CBD Health and Wellness Store. And they're going to have the ribbon cutting for their store opening on Friday at 1 p.m. And the store's going to be located, or is located, at 1525 4th Avenue North. So it's the newest business to open in the 4th Avenue Business District in the Civil Rights District. So again, that's Friday at 1 p.m. Ribbon cutting for the Datus Henry CDB Wellness and Health store. And want to remind folks that the city's tree lighting is going to be Sunday. The festivities will start at 4 and the actual tree lighting will happen at 6 p.m. And that's going to be here at City Hall on Park Place in front of City Hall. And then finally, I just want to let you guys know, I'll be participating in a panel hosted by the Urban Land Institute Alabama chapter next Tuesday afternoon on transit-oriented development. And I'll share the details of that with you guys later. And that concludes my announcements. I believe our neighborhood meetings that were scheduled for tonight have been canceled.
All right. Thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. Councilor Woods.
I got a video from Kim, but did want to congratulate 3 of my colleagues on their recent selection.
Thank you. Councilor Tate.
Thank you, Madam President, and I echo Council Wood's congratulations to my colleagues. I had a great time with you all, but I did get sick coming back.
Oh.
Always on a trip, never fails. But let me make some quick announcements here. The Dolomite neighborhood meeting will be tonight at 6 p.m. They are meeting on a conference call. Their dial-in number is 602-580-9525. The access code is 378-9426. Fountain Heights neighborhood, are they meeting, Councilor O'Quinn, or they council?
Trying to find out.
Okay, well, I'm not going to announce that till we find out. But Drew Hill neighborhood will meet Monday, November 28th, and that's 6:30 at Protective Stadium, and that's in Arena Club, located at 1020 24th Street North. Public safety meeting, we canceling that today, but we're going to do a special call meeting on Tuesday, November 29th at 1 p.m. And the next public safety meeting will be Tuesday, December the 13th at 1 p.m. You can submit your agenda items to Brandon McCray no later than Thursday, December the 8th by 1 p.m. Also, the One Pratt Christmas celebration, Santa's Helpers, you can donate new toys from November 1 to December the 3rd at 604 Candle Lane. So they say please drop your items inside a collection box. And the Christmas celebration is going to be December the 10th at One Pratt Park from 2 to 6 p.m. Also, I want to shout out to NFL player Michael Jackson Sr., his mom, Nichelle Jackson. We were not in attendance on Saturday. They gave out 400 turkeys and boxes. So we definitely want to shout out to her for including D9 to be a part of that celebration. Also, I want to talk about, I think this young man may have went to school in your district, Madam President. It's the neighborhood Dolomite Amelia Harbia's nephew-in-law, but it's the 3rd annual 100 Reasons Why campaign. The Quinny Williams Foundation spreads $25,000 of holiday joy amongst 100 single families, and they're going to be handpicked by him. You can apply. The deadline is December the 5th and it cuts off at 12 noon Central Time. But he's giving $25,000 to 100 single families, and the award would be $250 per family. So you can actually go on his Facebook page, and his name is spelled Quinnen Williams, and he plays for the New York Jets. And they're going to be handpicking people by zip code. So don't miss this opportunity to be a part of the 100 Reasons Why campaign with NFL player Quinny Williams. That's all, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor Tate. And yes, Mr. Williams is also a graduate of Winona High School. And he and his brother both play for the Jets. And so we're very thankful to him for bringing that support back to our community. So thank you so much for mentioning that, announcing that. Councilor Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. South Eastlake neighborhood will be meeting at Eastlake United Methodist Church on the 28th at 6 p.m. Crestwood South will be meeting at Crestwood Tavern on the 28th at 6:30 p.m. Crestline's November meeting for the 24th is now canceled because of Thanksgiving. And Economic Development and Tourism Work Session will be December the 6th. The council chambers, please have all items submitted to India Bailey by Thursday, December the 1st. And shout out to all the volunteers and members at the Star Church that worked, that partnered with us for our Thanksgiving giveaway for the needy, and it was great to see so many people that were extremely energetic to serve members of the community that they knew and members that they've never met before. So that was nice to see. And happy Thanksgiving to all of my wonderful colleagues in this room.
Thank you, Councilor Williams. Councilor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. The next Budget and Finance meeting will be this Monday, November 28th at 3:30 p.m. in the council chambers. The next PIC meeting is Tuesday, December 6th at 2 p.m. Submissions are due next Wednesday, November 30th by 5. Just want to say happy Thanksgiving, like what everybody else has said. Also, I know there are certain cultures that, Thanksgiving is a very hard time for them, so I just want to offer my expression of sympathy for that as well. We did have our annual Thanksgiving giveaway yesterday. It was a success. We did 6th Avenue Baptist Church. We did a little bit differently. We actually did a list to make sure that we were able to serve every single person instead of running out of things, but we had 300 turkeys. We gave fresh produce boxes, so we had sweet potatoes, cabbage, zucchini, squash, and then we gave 2 boxes for dry canned goods and rice and black eyed peas. I actually just got a text, y'all. One of my people was cutting up their squash and zucchini. They said it washed very well. and so it's even though we were standing on our feet for 3 hours, it's really worth it because, and I think all of us have done something to some extent, but I feel like that's the least I can do, especially with grocery store prices increasing. So, and really that's just a thank you to our district for voting for us. So, and the LLC trip, I really enjoyed it, y'all. I don't even think they expanded on all the things we really went to. Housing, public safety, Councilor Tate went to a lot of public safety, investing youth, sporting and tourism. Madam President and I went to that. Something for the homelessness vets, public and private partnerships, and they had great barbecue, y'all. So it's good. And like Councilor Abbott was saying, this is actually the first time Birmingham has had representation on the national board. So hopefully, more councilors, I know you guys have families and stuff, have more opportunities to go at least once to this. So just you guys have fun, and I hope my colleagues get to relax this week. So thank you.
Thank you very much. These are the announcements for District 7. We do have some bulk trash pickup scheduled this week. Currently, the bulk trash pickup is out in the Rowlett-Trevalick area. So if they haven't been by your house yet and you have some things, please put those out. Tomorrow, there will be the pickup will be in Green Acres. And on Monday, the pickup is scheduled for Garden Highlands. Also want to thank those volunteers, especially the members of the Birmingham Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity. They helped us to distribute turkeys in District 7 at the First Baptist Church of Roosevelt City on Saturday. On Thursday, I want to also thank those District 7 presidents. They each selected a family within their neighborhood, and they were gifted the complete turkey and the complete fixings to bring some joy and Thanksgiving into their households. So I want to thank those neighborhood presidents who assisted in selecting those families. I also want to just reiterate and thank our counselors who attained those leadership roles, and there's more to come for us. We also will be hosting Municipal League, Alabama League of Municipalities will be having their spring meeting. It will be in the city of Birmingham. So we'll be excited to work with them in hosting that. I also do want to reiterate the third annual 100 Reasons Why campaign. Again, this is someone giving back to his community. He plays for the NFL, but he wants to give back. And so we want to thank this young man. So again, you can apply at www.qwilliamsfoundation.org. He selected these zip codes, and if you go to that site, you'll be able to see that information. So it's a great opportunity to give back to our neighborhoods. I want to say happy Thanksgiving, Birmingham. Thank you to all the counselors and who gave Thanksgiving and worked with others to provide to our families here in Birmingham. So we want to thank you. I think we have some counselors that have a few more items. Counselor Clark.
I'm sorry, I forgot. So yesterday, Carmen and I visited Birmingham Waterworks Board to learn about their monitoring and the monitoring of the acreage that they own for conservation purposes out in Shelby County, and also their policies and practices to protect the drinking water, watershed protection across the watershed, across the service area, especially Lake Purdy and the Cahaba area. And I know that this is more for Abbott, and I think she's not paying attention right.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm listening to every word you say.
Okay, so one of the things that came up, I mean, I was reassured because I know they've had some turnover on their engineering team, and I feel like I was baptized by fire when I worked at the city before, when we did the Barber Motorsports, and I mean, I was like, I went to watershed protection crash course, okay, but anyway, they were talking about the zoning on the land, and they're not really sure. They're like in some kind of holding zoning, but there's been talk about having a conservation zoning classification created so that they can then have the conservation zoning on that land that creates an extra layer of protection and development regulatory controls. So what's the status of that? And I see you.
It's like everything, we're working on it.
Okay.
Because
I just think that's something really important, as they sort of fight in court with the Cahaba River Society. There's something we can do to put an extra layer of protection on that land that I think we should do.
And I might add that the Cahaba River Society is trying like crazy to protect it, and they've been getting pushback from the waterworks. So I think everybody, now it sounds like we're all headed in the same direction, which would be good.
Yeah, and I feel like, there's a lot of things we can't control, but that's something we can control, this body and the city. So I hope we will pursue that so that they don't have to say, well, we'd like a conservation zoning, but you don't have a classification.
Yeah, but the city won't do it. I mean, that's what they say. So, yeah, we need to, Joint Chiefs, we need to put an emphasis on that. The conservation zoning addition to the zoning ordinance, because we have a lot of changes and additions that are in the works, but they're just not here yet.
Thank you. Councilor Quinn, did you have?
Yeah, I just wanted to echo, I 100% support that, but for other areas like the slide zones on Red Mountain that are too steep to build on, those areas have become green spaces that are utilized by the community and are valuable, for their, ecological contribution to the community. So that's another reason why we need that type of zoning designation is, this is land that's not going to be developed reasonably, from any reasonable person. But anyway, the landowners at least need that option. And in particular, I'm thinking about the part of the south-facing slope of Red Mountain behind the old Baptist Hospital on Montclair. So, yeah, and the Jewish Community Center has 50 acres that they use as green space for their members, that is not, in any way designated for long-term conservation.
Thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. Councilor Pro Tem.
Just one quick thing. So while we were at NLC, they had youth delegates, and so I know Council Moore is establishing the youth council. I would love to see us eventually send a couple of youth representatives up there just to get them their interest piqued. And I think they have a pretty active role at NLC, so I think that'd be really good to just, even if it's just the one in DC, or I know it's in Atlanta actually next year, the city summit, so that's just a short drive. So I just want to put that out there that we could think about just bringing a couple of youth.
Thank you. Thank you, councilors, for those updates. We do have some videos that will follow at the end of the meeting of some of the activities that we've all already talked about. At this time, Madam Clerk, if you will call up, we do have one speaker that has been so diligent and patient to wait to be called up. So if you call up that speaker.
The Darius Hilliard.
To the mayor in his absence, both Chiefs Sparks and Mitchell, Council President and Council, how y'all doing? I don't think I've addressed y'all since y'all have taken your seats. Everybody looks so great. To my counselor, Councilor Tate, how are you this morning? Pretty good. I'm here on behalf of the Birmingham Urban League to talk about our toy drive and giveaway for December 7th. Working at the Birmingham Urban League, we have found some old articles that we did not know. So in 1987, on December 5th, at that time, Governor Fob James announced that December 5th would be known as Urban League Day. So this year, we're using that proclamation to go across the whole week, and we're having Urban League Week. And within that week, we're having a toy drive giveaway. The day of service will be December 5th, the actual day. December 7th at the Bowell Auditorium, we will host a toy giveaway for all families affected by violence this year who have lost parents, who have children 16 years of age or younger. The Birmingham Public Library has partnered with us for drop-off locations, specific locations: Downtown Library, Pratt City Library, North Birmingham Library, Roebuck Library, West End Library, and the Southside Library. And you can drop off your newly unwrapped gifts at any of these locations, as well as the Birmingham Urban League front office desk located 2101 6th Avenue North, downtown. There any other questions or comments from the classmate? I was on the first youth council that Councilor Burt Miller set up back in '97. So good to have somebody bringing that back up. But if there's any other questions or comments for me?
Well, I just want to say thank you for bringing us this information. It's just, you took one day and made it a week, so we're just excited for you. So
got to keep it going.
Thank you so much.
All right,
thank
no
you.
problem. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that I'm glad that you're feeling good, and hey, there we go, man. God did.
Mr. Hilliard, do you have a flyer or do you have a posting on your page or something that we can also help you to promote that information? And we'll let him pass that to us. Thank you so much. All right, counselors, so before we get adjourned, I just want to remind us, let's just pace ourselves with the food. I know, I've been seeing some things on social media. There are some pies and cakes being baking, and some greens is being cut up, and so everybody's getting ready. So we really wish everyone a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And counselors will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Happy Thanksgiving, Birmingham.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you.
So thankful for their partnership right here in the district. We're able to come together this year once again, and so we're able to give out turkeys and sides and everything you need to have a great Thanksgiving dinner. And so we're just blessed to be a blessing, and we're going to continue out throughout this weekend leading up to Thanksgiving. So make sure you take an opportunity to be a blessing to somebody during this holiday season, and we'll check back in with you.
We were out yesterday, partnered with Calvary Resurrection Christian Church, basically doing the same thing in another area of the district. Here this morning, further the Be Litter Free campaign had a cleanup over in the Roebuck neighborhood with our friends from Black Warrior Riverkeeper, and so right here with Rebirth Church, just continue the work, and just excited to be a part of it, and just happy to see so many people right here in District 1 coming together to make a difference. Happy to partner with them this year to bless 500 families right here in the area, and so just make an impact, make sure everybody has what they need for a complete Thanksgiving dinner. They're even giving out diapers here as well today, and so just really trying to meet the needs of the community, be a blessing during this holiday season, and just really encourage people to pay it forward. Just asking everyone during this season, find a way intentionally to be a blessing to somebody, find a way to make a difference in someone else's life, and we want to lead the way in that and make sure that we're being that example, and just asking everybody to join in. Let's look out for each other, let's take care of each other, and let's kind of be the difference in each other's lives. So be blessed and have an amazing Thanksgiving.
For me, it was about all the blight we see and experience in our neighborhoods because people passed away without a will. And so properties become heir properties. Heirs can't get together. Then the siblings have children. And then the title just gets more and more clouded and harder to unify to do something productive with the property.
You can't push the river.
We're going to explore things like that so that we can arm ourselves with knowledge and contacts and tools to help us. So I thought, this would be a great way to sort of preempt that trend in our neighborhoods and make sure everyone sort of has baseline, convenient, because even for myself, I know I need to update and change beneficiaries and do this and that, but it's one thing to know it, and then it's another thing to have the resources just close at hand so that you go ahead and make an appointment. To follow up with someone who can help you get a will, an updated will, and get it recorded. And then sometimes, people, their marital status changes, but maybe the husband's still on the deed, or just little things. Little housekeeping things we need to do. In the past, we've had the neighborhood officers and community leaders meet. We thought because it's holiday time, we'll just open it up and try to fill the room just to gather in the fall at holiday time around a topic of interest and just have some lively fellowship and fun.
Good morning, Councilor Wardine Alexander. I'm here at First Baptist Church, Roosevelt City. We're right here in D7, and we've started our days of Thanksgiving. I'm so honored to have this opportunity to give back to the community. We know for the past 2 years, our families have been under COVID. They've had all kinds of stresses, trying to pay utility bills, trying to pay rent. This is an opportunity to give back. I want each of these families to have an opportunity to sit at their table on Thanksgiving and to be thankful for the blessings they have been bestowed.
We want to give back to our community. Our fraternity in its objectives has service to the community as a primary objective. And so this allows us an opportunity to live up to our goals, our ideals, and our objectives, and give back to our local community of Birmingham, which we love so much.
We're great to have the partnership with First Baptist Roosevelt City and all the volunteers that are here. And so we thank you, thank you, thank you.